it's time to start. So with that, let's go ahead and begin this. I'm going to share my screen as usual, minimize that. And here we are in the terminal, once again in this terminal. So let's go ahead. I've already exported the target IP and the URL. The reason that I've done this is because, quite frankly, it's just easier to go. You know, it's easier from the get-go to have your IP here. That way you're not changing tabs, going to your notes. Having it as an environment variable is particularly useful, especially having it like, say, how many tools require just an IP or how many tools require a URL? Quite literally many. So having those two variables exported can make that process much easier. Let's go ahead and start with an Nmap scan though, nothing too fancy. Let's just assess what we're going after. Nmap -p-, I want 65,535 ports. Then what I'm going to do is -st, -sv, and at the target IP, --open. Let's explain. This is saying I want to do a TCP connect scan. This is saying, you know, I'm checking for service version. It's essentially like a netcat banner grab, a little more intelligent, but yeah. And --open says I don't want it to scan and test all of the closed ports. That would be nonsensical. I just want to see the open ports. And I want to assess that, so that'll speed up and keep it compliant. Let's rock. I see Yusevi, yep, starting with the Nmap scan, absolutely. You know, let's do our reconnaissance. What doors are open? What corners are open? What doors and corners are closed, right? Before we go flipping switches. And you can hit the return key, about 50% done on the scan. It's going pretty quick. Very nice for -p-. Very, very nice. I'm Cloud says, bye for now, Siren. I hope you'll fulfill my request soon. Absolutely, dude. I'll see if we can get that AD video uploaded to YouTube. No props. All right, we're ready. Here we go. So we've got it. You know what we do with this. Let's get this into our notes. I have Cherry Tree ready with my template, which is available in the wire side text channel on Offensive Security's Discord. Again, that is the wire side text channel. Go to the pinned messages. Look at all those pinned messages. You'll find valuable resources from way back in the day when we used to stream over Discord and not Twitch. But we've got that. I'm going to just paste it under my Nmap results, do some highlighting, and we're going to see, you know, what stands out. You know, what is happening with this machine. Obviously, we got some 21, and we got FTP, SSH, HTTP. It's looking like VSFTPD 3.0.3. We're going to highlight that version. Always checking those service versions. We have confirmation that this is Debian, so already through SSH being verbose, we know that our target is Debian. So we're going to drop that up at the top under the OS. And we know that the server, again, is also provided that information. And Debian it is. Let's clean that up. We're going to go up to the community suggestions. And we have 21. We have 22 and 80. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and move 22 down beneath 80 because, let's face it, we don't have any users. We don't have any credentials. We don't have anything like that. And as a result, you know, that's just what we got. So 21, what are we going to do? Let's keep it. Yep. I mean, as quick as you give me the suggestions is as quick as I am going to carry out that attack vector. Run grapple, credit to you. Check anonymous FTP access. So we're going to say anonymous FTP access check. Let's do it. And if we do find anything, I always create files, vulnerabilities directories, any passwords we find, hashes, and users. This is incredibly useful structure for each and every single target machine that you want to gain code execution on. You want to get that capability. So let's go to files, because if I get any files and I exfiltrate information from this machine, I want it organized. I want it accessible by my team. Say we're using the same resource. I'll use the FTP tool at the target IP on port 21, and I'm going to type in anonymous. Oops. Let's log in if I can type. Anonymous and anonymous. And that's a login successful code 230. Excuse me, my stutter. But let's do an ls. We're not going to get anything. There we go. All right. So we do have a file, try to find .jpg. So we got something. Try to find .jpg. That's kind of cool. Bye. 221, goodbye. So we've already exfiltrated information from this machine. It is ours now. We have try to find .jpg, right? Everybody following? So we can take a look at this. I'm gonna copy that to, let's say copy that to home pictures. Can I do that? Home Kali pictures. And I'm gonna go ahead and open up a file explorer, and let's just take a look and see, you know, kind of what's going on. Try to find. How wonderful is that? We have Hack the Planet, kind of an ode to that 90s movie everybody remembers, you know? And a little hacker cat. But doesn't seem like really much is going on here. Maybe some keywords, but we may need to do steganography on this kind of thing. This may actually end up being our first box with steganography. In which case we would use a tool known as steghide. So I'll type steghide, and we're going to attempt to extract any information -sf on try to find.jpg. And it looks like we might not be far off. Look at that. It wants us to enter a passphrase. Let me in. No, we don't have it. So we don't have the passphrase, but we did get try to find.jpg. I'm going to go under my other and say that, you know, FTP yielded try to find.jpg as exfil information. And over here beneath it, I have try to find.jpg. Nice. So we need, and in notation, I'm going to say we're going to need a password for this file. So just as simple as that, I guess. And now we're on to port 80. Port 80, that is my specialty. Hack the planet, Bramblethorn, give me your biscuit, absolutely. Cat the planet, I like the puns. Okay, so what are we gonna do? What comes to mind, guys, when you're thinking of the largest attack surface on the planet? What do you think initially? What are we going for? What do we, Rob420, all caps, Siren, I love you. Love to have you here too, Rob420. So, let's see, source code, browser, directory enumeration. God, I'm loving what I'm hearing here, guys. This is up my alley. I do a lot of binary exploitation too, but this is really my specialty with the OSWA, that is Offensive Security Web Assessor Certification. So yeah, let's say file/directory fuzzing and enumeration. What else might we do? Let's take a look. Manually viewing it, the web application in the browser. Absolutely. Checking for robots.txt, .svn entries, you know, .ds stores. Maybe there's some particular strings or something hidden in there we could, you know, that we could exfil. You know, we're scraping. What else are we going to look for? Nicto. Nicto is absolutely a possibility. It's going to be a lot of traffic, but, you know, we'll see there. We'll see. So what else might we do? I like this one. View the source, Luke. We say this every single stream, but it is so important. Goodness gracious, you don't even have to throw a tool at it. Your tool is the web browser. Just look at the source, find the directories, find the resources, and you can see what's publicly accessible in that regard. And what we're going to do, let's answer a question. Julian Cripps says, what can we find in a DS store? I have tried to see the content, and there's nothing really exploitable in a DS store file. You might be surprised. There is a machine that we have that involves a DS store. I'm not going to say which one, obviously, but it contains a lot of strings and information. I'm kind of going to keep it there. If you want to do extra research, go for it. But let's go ahead and continue. Next thing on the list, on the chopping block, is, as you guys suggested, we're going to get that IP. This is why I just echo, IP, a little bit of copy, a little bit of paste, alt tab and enter, and here we are. Hi everyone, welcome to MoneyBox CTF. It's a very simple box, so don't overthink it. Maybe that's a hint. A simple box. Who knows? Maybe we're overthinking that. That'll bake your noodle. But let's go ahead and view the page source. Anything happening here? Doesn't look like it. Oh no. Okay, MoneyBox. Hi everyone. Welcome to MoneyBox. Some ASCII art. Very simple box dots, so don't overthink. I think there's nothing really here on the homepage. But we may have the host name, arguably, debatably. We'll confirm it later. I'm just going to add that to my notes as MoneyBox. That's potentially a host name there. But what is the next thing? File and directory discovery. So let's clear this out. Let's go back to the root directory of our single target machine. And let's echo out the URL that we established, right? So the IP port 80/fuzz. I am going to, in fact, let's demonstrate for some new people how we do that, right? We have the IP. Export URL equal to, remember to include strings, okay? Sometimes the terminal can interpret a dot or something else, and it'll give you half the variable. In case your environment variables in double quotes. And there it is. Then we just tag on HTTP. We know we're going to be using wfuzz, so I provide the fuzz keyword. This is where all of our payloads are going to go. Let's go ahead and export that. Echo $URL, and there it is. Now watch how convenient this is. You can access this on my website as well. But I go to common, and let's say I want to fuzz files. I copy it, I paste it, we're done. But I'm going to explain what we're doing. So wfuzz -c. -c is essentially saying I want color in my output, right? -z is file. That's the file input method or data input method. I have it in opt seclist discovery web content raft large files.txt. And we're going to hush any 404 codes. If I'm fuzzing like a machine gun, out of like, I don't want to get back a bunch of not founds, 99,000 not founds. I don't want that. I'm going to want specifically the ones that turned out interesting status codes. I don't care if they're 200 OKs. They could be 301s, 302s, 403s, whatever. But I want anything that's not a 404. So let's go ahead and hit the enter key on that. Similarly, guys, down here, absolutely no different. We just have a trailing /. Look at that. That means we're testing for directories, right? A directory is going to have that trailing /. So I'm going to paste in the same command, except instead of files, I can just type directories, because that's how convenient seclist is. And then at the same URL, well, with that additional /. And let's let this go. Pen testers with their feet up, and I'll take a look at the chat. BBlanco82 says, can you recommend any boxes that will help me practice error-based SQL injection? I will tell you, as the co-author of Web Attacks with Kali Linux, that we have an absolutely top shelf module within the OSWA that gives you a sandbox with every single database management system, your queries on the left, your queries on the right, different input methods for you, flat queries if you prefer, ways to intercept it in Burp Suite, convenience, quality of life stuff. It's all there on the left and on the right, the result kind of a thing. And you can practice your air-based SQL enumeration. It does sound pretty dope, huh? I like it. I like the course. The OSWA is phenomenal. Really, it is a bang insert. And it looks like we didn't find any files. That's ridiculous. Not one? Not one. Interesting, interesting. What is going on? What do we see? Well, what the fuzz, says Angel D. We didn't get anything back. Let's make sure we got the IP right here, right? Export URL equal to this, /fuzz, right? Let's bring out our common. I really want to verify that this is the case. It might be that there's protections in place. That might be interesting, right? So let's take a look. Let's try fuzzing for directories. Fuzz directories, there we go. And let's see. I'm really surprised that we didn't get anything back. Why might that be? This is a network problem, connection timed out. Did we have a connection timeout? Did we? It looks like we're connected. Let's see if we can refresh it. Oh, it looks like you're right. We might have to continue this on another day. So that is the reason we didn't turn anything up. Rip indeed. Rip indeed. Let's give it a couple minutes. Maybe I can see if I can restart the machine. Yeah, connection timed out and the WFuzz, you're right. Should have noticed that. Let's see. I mean, are we still connected to the VPN? MoneyBox. Can we hit the play button on it? Interesting, interesting. I'm wondering if I can hit this inside Kali as an option. I have no idea, but you guys got disconnected too, right? Yeah, I'm not connected to the VPN. So that's super weird. Let's go ahead and clear that out, because we were connected. I mean, you saw, we pulled it up. But let's go ahead and go to VPN. And I'm going to download a new VPN. Why not show how to do this, right? PG play and practice. Your VPN pack is being generated and downloaded. Okay, let me go to my, let's copy /home Kali downloads. And it was pg.ovpn, yeah, pg.ovpn here. Open VPN --config, pg.ovpn. This is how we do it. I'm actually kind of glad that happened. Initialization sequence completed. Okay, great. So with that being said, we should be able to relaunch MoneyBox and be connected. So a little bit of intermittent connectivity there, some small technical difficulties. This is a live stream after all. Thank you guys, and I apologize, but thank you for bringing that to my attention. So we copy that, and let's try fuzzing again. Actually, let's just try pulling it up. Is it there? Hey, we're back. All right, now give me direct. Let's export our URL. Make sure it's at 102.230, 102.230. We're up. And fuzz. And fuzz. Okay, looks like we're doing good here. Same thing for files. Okay, we're getting stuff back. We're back on track. Thank you guys so much. Same IP. Yeah, I had same IP there. Good looking, good looking. We have an HT access. That's 403 forbidden though. Index.html. Any left behind files? PHP infos? Anything fun, you know? We have blogs. I mean, there's no reason that we can't pull this up right now. Go to /blogs. Oh, we did find something. Okay. I'm Tom Hacker. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this because this could be, I'm gonna have what I call a potential user. I don't know, potential users? Tom Hacker, you know? It seems to me like that might be a thing, but we need to not chance it. You know what I mean? Let's not chance it. I already hacked this box and informed, but they didn't do any security configuration. If you want a hint for the next step, ... question mark. What's in the source? We can scroll. Look at that. The hint is another secret directory. Okay. Secret text. So let's copy what we have here. Un momento, por favor. So we're going to go to 80. What did we get? We found blogs. I like that. I'm going to put that in my directories as well. Just straight up /blogs. We have index.html. You know? Good stuff. And potential user, maybe Tom Hacker. Don't know. But we did get something. Secret text as a directory, which is pretty cool. So let's go to our directories. /secret text. Let's actually do this. Right click. I like to paste as plain text just because of reasons these days. But there we are. So let's check it out and see what we got. Is it going to be /blog secret text? Not found. Is it going to be from the web root secret text? There is nothing in this page, but it's a secret. It's a secret. Security through obscurity. Ain't that the name of the game? View page source. This page means nothing. Let me guess. Ha! That's a secret key. That's a secret key. Okay. What did we need earlier? Can anybody tell me what we needed earlier? Does anybody remember? Cough, cough, hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. The image. The image, dude. So we have credentials. We do have a password, right? Let's get that in here. And more than even cherry tree. We're going to pause this. We have a server status, but that's 403. Okay, so nothing came back. And 403 is all forbiddens, 200, and nothing special or fancy as a 403 forbidden that we could play with Burp Suite, you know, change our user agent and see if any data came back. But what we're going to do is, see, this is why I have the nano user, or the users file. So I can just, or the passwords file, right? I can paste that in there, and boom, it's flat. And that way, like, this may not be accessible to somebody on a red team that's using a resource, but if you're SSH'd in to a box, a flat file is accessible. So that's good stuff. So cat passwords, and now let's go to files. That's where we stored and exfiltrated, try to find. Let's do steghide. So we're gonna do steghide, and we're gonna do an extract -sf on try. Can I tab that out? Try to find. Okay, let's paste it in. Wrote extracted data to data.txt. Cat data.txt. Hello, Renew. Hello, Renew. Indeed. I tell you something important. Your password is too weak. Ah, so change your password. Don't underestimate it. So Renew's password is weak. What do we do with weak passwords? First off, let's go back while we think and, you know, add Renew to our users file. What do we do with weak passwords, guys? If we get information or intel that a user's password is at least weak, brute force. Neil Gunn said it right there, and yeah, that is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do Hydra straight up. Hydra-L users and -p/user share wordless rock you on SSH at the target IP and Fire. Fingers crossed. I mean, he said it was weak. So if it's weak, it's Rockyu's gonna make short work of it. Bling bling. That, my friends, is easy. We got it. Control C that attack, no need to send anything else. Nano passwords. We have this. What's next, guys? Let's add it to our list. We have a user renew with a password of this. That means that on our to-do list or our to-try list, SSH is now the priority. We have renew, and they weren't lying. It was a weak password. I'm going to paste that as plain text. Renew and this. Excellent, excellent. SSH time, you got it. SSH has renew at the target IP. Yes. And let's grab that password. And make short work of this machine. Nice. That's, bling bling. That's bling bling. That is compromise of the target machine. That is your foothold. That is the point. That is code execution. That is capability initialization point. That is all of it. Think of it like that. Now, what is the thing? You guys are already ahead of me. Look at you. Andy, 4XL. What is the thing that we do as a real user? What is the first thing that we check? Sudo-L. And I can go ahead and exit out of this. Sudo-L, password for renew. Oh no! Renew, no! Dang it! Dang it, dang it! We don't have anything there. So, okay, right? Oh no, indeed. Is that gonna stop us? No, man, we're in a new forest. Let's look around. You know I like to do manual privilege escalation, right? Right? Right. So here's how S1REN does manual privilege escalation. I will technically check for what? World writable directories. Let's check var temp, my personal favorite. Oh, we don't have my LL command breakout. This is also available on my website. Nice. But nothing here. Okay, nothing there. Let's check temp. Nothing there either. Dev shim. Nope. What about any extended capabilities on this machine? Can we type getcap-r from the root file system? Getcap is not here. Dang. What about... What if we do a ps-aux grep-i for root-color equal auto? Is there any services below mandatory kernel services to get the machine to boot? Yeah, obviously it's a virtual machine, so we got virtual stuff here. Cron, perhaps, maybe pspy 32, pspy 64. What type of machine are we on? You guys want to go ahead and get that compilation information out of the way? uname-a, file bin bash, cat/etsy-release. And I'm going to copy all of this. Literally just copy this, go to other in my notes, paste it in, and separate it a little bit. And bada boom, bada bing. So we have a 64-bit L64-bit LSB Pi executable. So if we were to compile a kernel payload against this machine, this is absolute last resort. Absolute last resort. But if we were, it would have to be in alignment with this. In other words, when we say gcc payload.c, -o is payload, we would not specify -- no pi. Some machines, this will be missing. And if pi is missing, don't forget that dash dash no pi. So in this case though, it's there, and we're not doing any kernel payloads yet, but we do have the kernel version, and it looks like we're on Debian 10 Buster. Just like that. Our kernel back pocket is ready to go. Let's go ahead and check the web root. var www HTML. Okay, so we have blogs. Was there anything else hidden? Did they do anything sneaky? You know? Nope, just HTML. Okay. There are other things we need to check though. Oh, dmessage is not here, but that's okay. We can do what? What else can we check for? Let's check the Etsy directory. Is there anything in here that's not root or root shadow or root cups? Root shadow. Nope. Is there anything in Etsy that contains the word .secret? Because sometimes secret files will be left behind and contain config information. What about the mail? No mail. Var spool mail? Oh no, come back. Did I lose connection? No. Var spool mail. And we're there. Boom. There's our root file system. What about mounts? Are there any exotic mounts? I mean, we can check fstab, Etsy fstab file. It doesn't look like anything is mounted with extended permission sets. That is to say, you can mount something as root, and in the process of mounting it as root, you can get that pretty pound sign that everybody loves. But let's check the optional directory, one of my favorites, because in this directory on a lot of machines, you'll actually find stuff. I know it's dead empty. I know there's tumbleweeds and there's nothing here, but please realize that the optional directory is just that, it's optional, and systems administrators and all the, optional things that they're going to do might just operate out of opt. There's one more thing. Oh, well, there's many things that we haven't done just yet. But let's go ahead and take a look at the network. netstat-ant up. Netstat's not here. ss-tunlp. There we go. So if netstat is not on the machine, don't fret. Go for ss-tunlp. We have on 0000-52371, port 22, 80, 21, 22. What we would be looking for here is looking for 127001 on port anything. That is what we would be looking for, right? John Hammond uses opt a lot, says just a guy. Hey, I do too. Why not? Yeah, opt can contain weird things, man. Absolutely. Do we have compilation capability? No. Okay, so we don't have GCC or CC, so it looks like that's not the vector at all, man. But at the end of the day, remember, you can always cross-compile. As long as you match, right, on your machine, as long as you compile the payload here and you match the requirements of the executable, 64-bit LSB pi x86 64, it will work. I promise it will work. Code is code. So what are some other things that we can do? We've checked the network, we've checked things running as root. Let's check Etsy, and then lslsa grep-i, anything cron --color is equal to auto. So we have cron.d, cron.daily, cron.hourly, monthly, cron tab. Can we cat the cron tab? Anything happening here? Doesn't look like it, guys. Pretty default. Kodich says, will this be uploaded to YouTube? 100%. Ah, there it is. Okay, someone else probably said it, but I'm going to use my Linux post command, and I'm going to grab and we're going to check all these suids. Are there any GUIDs that we can use? These are binaries that when they execute, they do so with root privilege. A lot of them require a password or a form of authentication or something like this, but they can be critical points for us. So I'm going to copy this. This is all of our suids, and we'll see if there's anything exotic. You know how it goes. Bada boom and bada bing. Just like that, we are tearing this machine apart. brass tacks. So nothing exotic. I don't think any. There was there was a pseudo heap spray quite some time ago, but I don't think that's the vector. I mean, I'm gonna highlight it just because of maybe. Oh no, wait, it was a pseudo edit. You know what? I'm not sure. I'm just gonna highlight it either way. Mount is running as suid. Okay, well, remember when I told you guys earlier that sometimes when we mount things, it mounts things as root, or it can do so as root. Cough, cough. Unfortunately, though, we don't have any unmounted drives. So we also have the GUIDs, right? GUIDs and SUIDs. Nice, huh? Very, very nice. Yes or no to what, Kodich? Yes, this will be available on YouTube 100%, no questions asked. So let's go ahead and just keep looking. cat/Etsy password. And this will probably take us to where we go next. Renew, message bus, SSHD, any all right, let's get to brass tacks. What's got bash in it? Or let's just say yeah, what's got bash? We could check for, I mean, here's a trick. You could do this, right? You want to check for SH or bash or ZSH or anything like that. Boom. Check for them all at once. There, we're learning a little bit about the command line landmine. So we have Lily. Lily is another user on this machine. I mean, I'm going to go to machines, CD into MoneyBox, and I'm going to nano users, and I'm going to put that we also have exfiltrated the user Lily. Why do I do that? Guys, that had nothing to do with privilege escalation. Why would I take Lily as a user? Let's put the escalation train on the brakes. Okay, train's coming to a stop. Why would I, for my team, right? This is my team has full access to this directory. Why would I bring Lily into that file? If it's, yes, lateral movement. So if we have real users, that's like loot, guys. On the network, we need a master users file. That means we need to have all the real users that we can. Lily might not be of any help here. Renew might not have been of any help here, but they might have been of other help on another machine, right? Think moving laterally across a network, you know? So that's why we include that for our team. Just a little bit of habit. So let's go to home and let's check out Renew first. There's our local.txt. There's our FTP. Was anything else in there? Try to find. Nope. Just this. Anything in the bash history? Okay. Okay. The answer is yes. And we might have even found a thing. Holy crap, if I can say that. So it looks like Renew was trying to SSH in as Lily? Hold the phone. What's in Lily's directory here? We have an SSH file. Cat.bash history? Permission denied. That's because it's Lily. But let's go to .ssh. Authorized keys. Who's authorized? Ah, look at that. We got lateral movement, guys. We already have it. Lateral movement. Lateral movement. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. We're going to copy that, right? That's our SSH RSA. Let's go to our home directory. Let's go to Renew's home directory and kind of keep up that pattern that he had. .bash history. Let's grep anywhere that he decided to do SSH with color. SSH copy ID. ID RSA is Lily, so he's just SSHing in as Lily. Okay. cd.ssh. And there's an ID RSA there. What do you guys think we have to do here? Nothing. I mean, this is bling bling. The answer is basically nothing. This is Bling, bling, cha-ching. So SSH dash, yes, Julian Crypt. Julian Crypt says SSH is Lily at localhost. Why won't this work? Can anybody tell me? Why won't that work? Why can't we move to Lily like that? Why can't we just SSH in as Lily? No key, that's right. So we need to provide it. Dash I will do that. ID RSA as, goodness, was it Lilly? No, it was just Lily. So SSH is Lily at 127.0.0.1, and we're going to provide the key, the ID RSA. Yes. Boom. That's that. That is that. Now, we're still a real user, and we've already done all that crazy good enumeration across the machine, man. Crazy good enumeration, right? So, at least strong enumeration. Very, very brass tack stuff. But we're a real user. It's a real user, dude. So, sudo-l. And would you look at that? For anybody who's new and doesn't know, what does this mean? What does sudo mean, right? Sudo means we can run something as other permissions. Don't mistake it. It doesn't mean you can run things as root. It doesn't always mean you can run things as root. Sometimes you have to pay extra close attention to what user. So you would sudo-u. If this was Jerry, you could have Jerry in here, right? And so on and so forth. We don't need GTFO bins yet. Suids are great, but how about we just kind of do this? I like what Axel's saying. Perl, execute the following code. Execute what? Bin sh. Yeah, I like that better. Dash is better. Can anybody tell me about that? Let's exit this. Hold on. I know we just got root, and that is complete and 100% total compromise of the target machine, with authority included as icing on the cake. But let's do a little bit of Linux knowledge. LSLSA on bin sh. I know a lot of people think that the gold mine is that pound sign, isn't it? Someone needs an explanation. That's fine. Okay, we'll get there. Sudo-l, we'll get to that. Bin sh is not a binary. Bin sh is usually a symbolic link to another shell. Historically, and dating back to the days of the ARPANET, dash is the actual binary that gives us that absolute authority over the machine, that root privilege shell. Okay? It's dash. Now, if I just execute dash, I'm going to get a $sign. Who am I? I'm still Lily. But to explain to the individual, Captain Kidd, we have sudo permissions, so we can execute code. That means we have access to Perl, right? I want Perl to execute something for me. I want Perl to execute something for me. Okay? You could do a Perl hello world as root. You could do a Perl website as root. You could do Perl anything. Perl's a coding language. But Perl also provides system executive statements, such as exec. So what do? Oh, it doesn't store that. What do? Sudo Perl exec, or Perl-E, to say that we want whatever's in these single quotes to execute and be treated as a Perl.pl file. And we say exec. What are we going to exec in quotes? Bin dash. That means as root privilege, we want Perl to execute the binary known as dash. And this gives us root compromise over the target machine. Does that make sense? Is that a little bit better? Someone said I'd like the explanation, or I did like the explanation and why you did SH. Captain Kid says, got it. Yes, sir. Understand. Great. So now that we have this, things that come to mind, guys, persistence. Like, this is something that you will see and you will have to take note of in the PWK, that is penetration with Kali Linux, or the OSCP, the world-renowned certification, performance-based. But at the end of the day, this is where you would look at maintaining access in a responsible fashion and not being destructive to the target machine. That way, if you need to get back into it to move across something or pivot, you can do so. In this case, we're single target. So I'm going to cd to the root directory. I'm going to cat, and we have our proof.txt, of course. We have our proof.txt. So here's the way I like to do it. ID. Actually, I like to do an if config, but that's not here. So what else can we do? If config is not here, what else can we type? IPA. I'll give you a hint. This is Debian. And as everyone knows, well, not everybody knows this, excuse me. IPA is the new standard. As of what? A couple years ago? So IPA, so we'll do an IPA, and then what are we gonna do next? Host name, ID, who am I, catproof.txt. And then we'll hit the print screen button on Kali Linux, and we'll drag this around. Ba-da-ba-ba. Snapshot. And that would be, if this was a real engagement, that would be included in your formal report to your stakeholders, to your clients. You would have in your vulnerabilities or findings, it would really be the findings section of your formal report. That is where you would go ahead and put that. That is where you would provide your evidence and proof of compromise and the level of authority you were able to achieve over the machine. So that is the bling bling. And that is what we wanted. Let's go ahead and head over to offensivesecurity.com/webinars. See what we got going. We got a new one. So Jeremy Miller does these webinars all the time. And he is interviewing Paul Griffin, head of customer success. And that was December 21st, 2022. You can go ahead and watch that webinar. If you're interested in our certifications at Offensive Security, please, by all means, just relax, sit back, and look at what we got. Look at all that. Yeah, pretty nice, huh? I'd argue the best in the industry. This is the one that I am personally working on. The Web 200. So if you're interested in application security, if you are a company or an organization that wants your employees to be very much aggressive with their application security, then this is the course, followed suit by the web application testing with Web 300. So these are the two. If you're interested in the OSCP, our pride and joy, that's the Pen 200. And we even have some new stuff coming out recently. We had the SOC 100 come out recently, SSD 100 come out recently. One of my colleagues, absolute rock star, has been doing phenomenal work on this cloud security certification at Cloud 100. Or not certification, but course. Kind of like an introduction, and then we go all the way through the Grim Reaper with exploit development on the EXP 401, which back in the old days of offensive security used to be on-site only with someone over your shoulder, but these days that is what it is. So that's bling bling, guys. Don't ever forget it. Let's go ahead and transfer back to our OBS, set this to ending, and take a look. Let's see what we have. The kernel course, yeah, absolutely, Julian, go for it. Can you drop your Twitter or webpage? I do not do social media. I apologize for that, but I do not do social media. Axel says, do you recommend Pen 200, Web 200, Web 300? And can I ignore? I would say go from Pen 200, like our OSCP, and take that into the Web 200. And I mean, goodness gracious, a company will be drooling over you if you have your OSCP, OSWA, and if you even have the passion for it and you like application security, you can go the extra mile and go ahead and get that Web 300. So with that, guys, I want to go ahead and state the times. It's currently February. The next one is going to go ahead and be in March. So the first Friday of March. Go ahead and repeat that in your head if you have to. The first Friday of March. That is when the next stream is going to be. And that is going to be at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. And I do like what somebody said. Let's go ahead and get these notes, as is tradition, into Discord. So everybody head on over to Discord and click on the wire side text channel. And I am going to paste in our notes, okay? The whole thing from top to bottom. So if you're ever interested on this PG Play machine, I'll put a note in here, PG-Play, head on over to the Discord, check out wire-side-text, and pasted. There you go, guys. That is it. That is the machine. That is our top to bottom. That's just kind of the flow of things, and it is there for you and available to be reviewed. Wenser says, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. You guys are the best. You're the heartbeat of this community. The community is the heartbeat of our organization, and we are so proud to have you. Like, you make it so awesome. So with all that being said, guys, happy hacking from Offensive Security, and keep it up, intruders. Take care. Catch you next time.